Hey everyone, so I'm back and I did promise that this week I would come up with part 4 of the Hotel Cecil, my experience at Hotel Cecil, part of my story time, the Elisa Lam case, and I did promise I'll be back this week again. So I'm here, happy Sunday, thank you for tuning into the first 3 videos, and I hope you liked it. I know some things kind of weren't clear. I was shy making the videos, I have to admit, but now I have got my game on and I'm ready to kind of just come out. So anyway, I hope you liked the video. I kind of did change my layout, my background on my room. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is story time part 4 of my Hotel Cecil experience where I cut off from. So you have to watch like the 3rd video to see what I was talking about and follow through. So I hope you like the video. Stay tuned. So where I cut off from last time was basically I was saying how me and my mum were in the hotel. This was, we're coming back to the hotel from the fashion district, and we saw police everywhere lined up on the side. We saw LAPD cars, we saw a crime investigation car, and that's what made me kind of just jump, because I was like, why is a crime investigation car there? It obviously means there's a crime. And my mum the whole time was saying, oh, nothing happens, let's just go back to our room, blah, 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 like, it's not a big deal. And I was like, no. When there's a crime investigation car and like 7 LAPD cars, and then what did it for me was, I don't know the name of it, the autopsy car, I know that's not what it's called, the post-mortem car, the car that takes a dead body to the mortuary, but I forgot what name it said, but it, like a forensics car, and it means the person's already dead, there's a dead body on the scene. So I told my mum, and I was like, oh, so by the way, I'm gonna have to keep, like, I'm holding my cell phone, I'm filming this on my cell phone, so I'm gonna have to keep doing this with my hand, so like changing, because my hand gets kind of tight. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So I was like, kind of like, oh my God, something is happening inside there. Like, I told my mum, we can't go to our rooms. She's like, it's got nothing to do with us. Let's just go upstairs to our room and call it evening. Because this was like around 7. But remember, this is in June of this year. So in June, like in the summer, around 7, 8, even till 9, it could still be like daylight. So she's thinking, let's just go to our room and call it evening. So it's evening technically, but it looks like daytime outside. That's why I was able to see all the cars and stuff like that. So she's like, oh, let's just go back to our room, let's mind our business. I was like, no, I have to get to the bottom of this, because I'm not going to have this happen to me again, where I do not know what's going on, and I have to sleep here tonight. And I was like, you know what, at this point I was tired. I was like, no, this is like a second time something bad is happening here. Why I'm here, forget the history of the hotel, why I'm here. I was like, no, I'm not going to try and find out. I'm not going to try and go over to the room, because say if there's like a murderer on the loose, and that's what I was telling her, somebody, the person that could be looking for someone, it's got the crime investigation car, it's got like all the 7 police cars. Why should I be the one to be in like whatever's going on? Say if it's like a shootout going on, why should I go upstairs and be trapped or something? They're probably looking for the culprit or assailant or whatever you call those things. So she was like, oh, it's nothing to worry about. And I guess because she was deep down scared and was trying not to scare me, but I was like, no, we're not going to our rooms. So anyway, long story short, so I finally was like, no, I'm putting my foot down, we're not going to our rooms. In fact, we can just leave our bags and just check out of here and just go. Like, our bags are not even that important anymore. That's how much I don't want to go to the rooms, because I don't know what's going on in here. So we asked, I was like, you know what, I'll only go to the rooms until I know it's 100% safe in here. So the people at the front desk are acting like nothing is going on. Like, there are over 7 police cars outside your hotel where you work. You should be shook as hell. Like, you should be scared. You should be wondering what's going on. Like, why are they not reacting? And why are they still checking in? And this is what really just made me mad, is the fact they were checking in people coming in still. Why are people checking into a hotel that has like a crime going on? That should be like a thing to just put you off. Like, not like that should just put you off. Like, why are you checking in when there's an active crime scene going on? Now, I know that kind of I'm kind of a hypocrite, because I came back to this place a 3rd time, but that's different. I already know. So if anything happens to me, I know what, that was me going looking for trouble. But I mean, these are people who are coming here for the first time. Why are you still checking in, knowing that something is going on? Like, why do you want to check into this place? Anyway, so we just, I decided, let me look for someone to ask, because the people at the front desk did seem bothered. But I knew there's something going on, and I'm 100% sure there's a dead body in here, like a dead body inside the hotel. There's no doubt. They wouldn't have that car, the forensics car, you know. I don't know what they call it, like a, not post-morgue, but something like that. I don't know. There's a name, there's a professional name for it. I just can't remember what it is on the top of my head. But anyway, so I went and was looking. So I went up to the, and this is again comes into the part where they don't speak English again. So I went to the security people, and the security, the two men that were security. One of them was like, I just came on my shift, because I asked him, what's going on here? Like, I can see the crime investigation car, I can see lots of police cars outside. I just came back. I wanted to know if I can go upstairs and get my stuff, if I'm safe here anymore. Because, and I literally was breaking down. I was saying, I have been here back in 2013 when a girl was basically murdered here. What is going on? And the guy just looked at me with a kind of like a smile on his face, like he doesn't really care. And that really just made me really mad. And I was like, what's going on? And like, can you help me? And he's like, oh, I just came on my shift. I don't know. Literally like that. He just didn't care. And I was like, oh, forget you. Let me just ask the other guy, the other security over there. And he's like, me no speak English. I don't speak English. And I'm like, you're security of a, you know, just as I said in my last videos, you're security of a hotel, an American speaking hotel, predominantly not American speaking. What am I just saying? English speaking. I should know this better. I should know better. An English speaking hotel. And you know, most of the people that come here, their first language will be English, and even if it's not English, they're more likely to understand English more than Spanish. And I'm talking about basically the foreign exchange students from Europe that come in. They will probably understand more of English than they would be able to communicate to someone who just speaks Spanish. So it would make sense to have English-speaking people, because most of the writing around the hotel is written in English. So he's like, I don't speak English, and just looks at me kind of funny, like, you're, you know, wasting your time talking to me. And I'm not going to tell her. He knew what was going on. I'm just going to say that. He knew very well what was going on. But he just didn't want to come across like he knew. And I was like, you know what, I'm one of those people, if you're not telling me what's going on, I'm going to be my private investigator, and I'm going to march past these doors. I don't care if there's tape. And I'm going to find out what's going on, and I'm going to do it in front of your face. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go past, and I found out basically where everything was going on, because I saw like movement around this area where it's where the phones are and where you can call a taxi, and it's right like on the side of the front desk. But then it leads to an outside place. So I didn't want to go too close, because again, I didn't know what happened, and I didn't want to see anything gruesome. My thing is, I was like shaking. I was telling my mum, I don't want to see a dead body. I don't want to see a dead body. Even though deep down, I kind of wanted to see something. I'm like one of those people, I don't want to see it, but I want to see it, you know? And I was like, if that makes sense. But I just didn't want to see, I didn't know how I'd be able to handle seeing a dead body. So I went outside. No, I didn't go outside. I stayed in the hotel. And then luckily, before I could go anywhere further, this LAPD, basically the chief investigator, the head of the investigators, came up past me, and I was like, hey, sir, what is going on here? Because I'm too scared to stay in this hotel. I had been here before when something else happened here, and back in 2013 when a girl died here and was in the water tank. I want to know what's going on, because I need to know whether I need to check out right away, because I don't feel safe anymore. So he said, oh, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to tell you like it is. This guy just committed suicide here. He jumped off of the building, like one of the rooms. I don't know where he jumped off. He wasn't really precise whether it was on top of the building or whatever. But he said it wasn't, he's like, you know, it wasn't that messy. They've taken the body out. Literally, he was being very open with me. And I was like, whoa, you know, you expect people like police officers to hide this kind of information, and investigators, until the investigation's closed. But he was very open with me, and I was shocked. I was like standing there like, whoa. Normally they hide things and they'll just tell you nothing's going on. Like they'll kind of lie to you, or not really lie, but they'll just not want to tell you the whole thing because it's still an investigation. And he's like, it wasn't really a great fall, like, you know, it was kind of close to the ground. But he just, this guy committed suicide here. He wasn't really a guest here. And I was like, whoa. So that was interesting. Like, another creepy thing happened. And I was just like, literally the hairs on my body were just like standing. Like, why I'm here, another bad thing has happened. I was just like so slow in moving to walk back to my room. And I was like, I don't want to be in LA anymore. I kind of just want to go home, because the whole feeling was just weird. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break and come back to this part and come back to my next part. But that was just my feeling discovering a man had committed suicide, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that, but nothing much to that story. But I'm just going to conclude it. I just want to take a little break. Boom. So with knowing my experience, you know, like, I'm going to kind of conclude this video, but this is like what I'm going to conclude it in, like, I'm going to do a next video for my conclusion. But anyway, gets scarier. So I start going into digging it deep into this hotel, like finding out, because a lot has happened here. Now, if you look at the death of the girl, there's a lot of people that I can link below in this video who have done their conspiracy, you know, theories, and but they've done their research too. And it's not hidden. It was on CNN, I believe. Sorry, I have to keep doing this with my hand. But basically, she has, like, her last, as she went missing, they put out a video to show a very creepy video that I've shown a lot of my friends, actually. And it's that bad that one of my friends had to just turn the video off. Like, she couldn't watch it because she got a really weird vibe from the video. Like, a lot of people can't watch it and they're like surprised how I can just watch it on and just, like, not, like, I mean, it scared me at first. It just scared me. Like, I can't watch it when I'm at home alone. I have to have people in the house. I can't watch it, like, on my own. It's very creepy. And you know, even when I went there second time, I replayed and kind of replayed the footsteps walking into the elevator, and just I didn't want to touch the elevator. So basically, I didn't even say what the video is about, but the video, you can watch it on YouTube, and I can put the link below. It's probably got like 1 million hits, like, views and stuff like that, because it's like probably one of the most creepiest videos out there that I've ever come across. And I'm not into, like, I do like a lot of documentary about paranormal stuff. Again, remember I said in my first video, I was never like a ghost kind of person. I didn't believe in those kind of things. But what I do believe is, like, demons do exist, and weird kind of, like, you know, things do happen because there's evil. The devil is very real, and there's evil spirits in the world. But I did not believe about ghosts and stuff, if that makes any sense. I just, you know, thought a lot of these people make things up. But if you do watch the video, it can link to so many conspiracies of what happened to her. So the video, I can just, if you don't want to watch it, I can kind of break it down for you really quickly. But it's basically of the girl, Elisa Lam, who was 21 at the time when she died. The girl that was found, you know, the same girl that was found in the, her body was found in the water tank above the hotel. So she goes inside an elevator. Again, for my British friends that are watching, a lift. She goes inside the lift or elevator, whatever, and is trying to go up, I believe, from, if you're watching it very carefully, because it's not the clearest video you ever see. It's like something you don't hand to the public and say, help, you know, investigate this, or help us, you know, understanding what's going on here. It's really not a clear video. I don't know what they were thinking. I'm gonna give you my conspiracy, or my not in my conspiracy, my thought on this video. So basically, she's going in the elevator. You have to watch it. I'm not gonna completely fully explain it, but she's going in the elevator. She's pressing buttons like really crazy. Sorry, the camera just shakes. But that's, you know, she was pressing buttons really crazy, trying to go up, and the elevator door wasn't closing. And she's looking like she's panicking. That's my opinion. Some people say she looks like she's playful and having fun. My opinion looks like she's someone that wants the elevator door to close and just wants to go. But some people think that she's having fun and is even playing peekaboo or some kind of, like, hide and seek with somebody on the outside that we don't see. Now, when you think about everything, you know, from my perspective, okay, so let me just quickly finish off the story. So the elevator door does not close, and at one point it looks like she's almost frustrated and comes out of the elevator door and is kind of like peeping, looking left and right, like, who is there? Like, literally, she just like that, like she's scared, or looking for someone, or is confused. She looks very confused. Some people believe she's on drugs. Some people believe she's already dead in the video. There are so many conspiracies. Like, you just need to watch the one video and read the comments. You would just have a field day. Like, you would just be like not knowing what to believe. Well, you'll come out with something. Everyone believes something for themselves. I personally believe something is wrong with what happened and her actions because of someone on the outside. Now, in the video, some people say they saw a foot in the door. You know, I don't know. Like, there might have been. I've really tried desperately to look for this foot. I didn't see any foot. But one thing that I know for sure is that when she finally... Oh, yeah, and another thing is Elisa wears glasses. In this video, she's not wearing glasses. Which is... And this is the last video they had of her alive before she was found dead. So this video was like the night she died. So everything just does not add up for something. For someone, that being their last time alive is very critical to how she was found dead in a water tank. So she wears glasses and she was like squinting in the video and doing this and just like pressing the buttons and just like kind of very... And I wear glasses. So for me, even right now, it's kind of blurry. I mean, I'm far-sighted, no, short-sighted, so I can see close up. But even at that, it's kind of blurry, but I can't see far away. So she must have been like squinting because it's blurry. Some people turn it into saying she was on drugs or some kind of thing. Now, the very interesting thing about this is because I connect it to my elevator experience. And the foot in the door thing comes very much into play because when I was, because for whoever knows, like I have a strong feeling, and you have to watch the video to understand what I'm talking about. I believe that somebody was on the other side. So here she is, someone is on the other side, literally. But where the camera, and they know that the camera is not there. But she doesn't know, but they know because obviously they work there or have, or her, you know, or live there. Because there are some people that actually live in this hotel. So this person knows the in and outs. So she was communicating to someone because, as I said, she steps out of the elevator. Again, you have to watch it to understand where I'm coming from. She steps out and is doing this, like squinting, like she's talking to someone, but we don't see what she's talking to. Now, the people who believe in ghosts say things like she's talking to another spirit or someone who's dead there or who's died there. You know, there's so many conspiracies and there's so many theories, but my theory, I'm nailing everything on the fact that someone is on the other side that we are not seeing because they know there's a camera in the corner. So I related back to my elevator. If you watch the video, my elevator experience when I was, you know, going up to the room with that guy and the maintenance worker, and he basically took me to this kind of like underground looking place, like industrial looking place, where it had like machines, like almost like washing machines there and stuff. I don't know where it was. But I guess probably where they wash the bed sheets at the hotel. Like, I wasn't focused, I just wanted to get out. But if you watch my first video, you understand what I'm talking about. Or my second video, one of the two. Anyway, so in that time we were there and he was talking to his buddies or guys or whatever that worked there. He put his foot in the door to hold the elevator. Now, people who saw the foot, I don't believe that not that I don't believe, I didn't see it. But many people believed that they saw a foot in the door that was holding the elevator open and stopping her from going up because her mission was to go up. So, you know, and that's why it made her like press all the buttons crazy. People believe they saw a foot in the door. You have to watch the video. Maybe you might see it. Now, if that's true, that means the same guy who had his foot in the door and knows that, you know, putting your foot in the door would keep this elevator open. Who knows? It could be the same guy that, yeah, you know, you following? I don't want to put anything out there because this is a case and I don't want to like say anything, but that's my, you know, if you're following, you'll get what I'm trying to say. But who knows? Like, because I told you, like, as soon as I heard this case, my mind went back to that first guy. I'm not putting anything out there. It could be anybody. But who knows? So anyway, yeah. So now another interesting theory is that people say they see like orb or something, or like a presence in the elevator, and like a mist kind of thing, which would signify it like a dead person or a ghost. But I like to see it as maybe something the police, or maybe something the, you know, hotel, maybe not the police, I'd say the hotel people. I wouldn't say the police. The hotel people are trying to hide. Because if you look carefully, it looks like there was a presence, almost like a shell of a real person, like a body, in the middle of the elevator. Like, I am 100% sure, because that thing doesn't leave me. There's either a ghostly figure, like a spirit that's like gone onto their own, you know, that's not in this world anymore, in the unknown, or it is, sorry, I just hear a weird noise, or it is or it's like a body that was like there in the elevator with her. Some people say it could be her ghost. Like, so many people have so many theories, but my theory is it's been edited, because that could have been the person who killed her was in there with her the time, you know, the whole time, and we didn't see it. And that's why she was interacting with something that we couldn't see. So what really freaks me out and makes me know that this is a huge cover up by the hotel is the fact that there's some, sorry, I'm just so distracted by noise in my backyard. But anyway, it's the fact that there was a big cover up. Like, there is a big cover up. It's a huge cover up, because there are some minutes everyone keeps saying, and this is very true, and the whole video is just so mediocre in the sense that it's so, like, it's not a proper video you bring. It looks like it was so doctored and put together, and the real stuff is missing. There are 2 minutes, people say, that cannot be accounted for. Now, if a person is dead, very serious case, why are there 2 minutes that, sorry, I'm kind of shouting, but it's kind of annoying me that, you know, the wall could be pulled over our eyes and we wouldn't even know it, or we wouldn't even question things. Why are there 2 minutes that cannot be accounted for? Because I put myself in this girl's situation, because I did stay in this place. If I was her and I was her family, I would want answers. I am, you know, I am enraged that in 2013 at the time, but now we're in 15, but let's just say in 2013, in this day and age, why is something so huge, a huge crime like this, a blatant crime, not being solved properly? Why are 2 minutes missing? I want those answers. Why are 2 minutes missing? Because in those 2 minutes, something very important happened, and we need answers as public. We shouldn't be given this fake stuff and then just go away and believe that this girl was on drugs. Because I went back to the hotel and I asked them questions, and I was like, you know, this was in 2014, second time I went. I was like, what happened to this girl? I went to the front desk and I was like, you know, I heard that somebody died in this place back in 2013 when I came. And that was as we were checking in. I was like, you know, I'm going to ask them. My brother was like, you're really bold, because they can like take you out or something for asking that question. And it's like, no, I want answers, because this was not concluded at the time. And I was like, why was someone, you know, why was this girl found in the water tank that I ended up drinking water from? I want answers to this. And the lady was the front, tongue twister. The lady at the front just laughed it off and said, she was on drugs. And, you know, she really literally laughed it off. She didn't care. She was like, she was on drugs, and she, you know, she said ecstasy or something like that, and was found in the, she was on some kind of speed or ecstasy or one of those kind of, I think ecstasy, she said. And she was, you know, that's what, you know, she climbed into the tank. Again, this tank, you can go on Google and look at this tank. This tank is huge as hell. It's a very tall, you know, very high tank. It's on top of the roof, which they say you need a lock and, you know, you need some kind of lock and key to get in it. You need to get past a gated, not a gated door, but like a guarded door that if you go past it, the alarm system will go off. How on earth did she get past this? Number one. That's number one. Number two, how on earth, and I know how, you know, I'm not saying the security of the hotel is so good, but I'm sure that you just can't get on top of the roof like that, which some people say it's easy to get there, but that's okay. Let's just say, for instance, she broke past the security and that night the alarm just didn't go off. How comes she was able to climb into this huge water tank? This is a very petite, tiny girl, by the way. And the water tank thing, the lid to it, the cylinder lid to it, the lid to it is very heavy, they say. So heavy that when they were trying to take her body out of it, they had to drill a hole in the bottom to get her out. So they didn't just like go in there and climb and pull her out or anything, or drain the water out and pull her out. They had to pull her out from the bottom, like cut like a little box hole. How comes they didn't like, why was it so heavy? That means a petite tiny girl, if firemen could not get her out, one fireman, not even two, one fireman could not get her out, how comes she was able to get in? Let's just say she was crazy and on drugs and even on some kind of, you know, suicide mission to commit suicide. Why would she commit suicide in that way? Why wouldn't she just not kill herself in her room or jump off like the other people that have jumped off in this hotel? Because this hotel is known for people jumping off the building. Why would she not do something easier? Or if she had drugs in her system, why would she not just overdose or hang herself? There are so many ways to commit suicide that are more pleasant. God forbid. There's no such pleasant way of committing suicide. Suicide is not pleasant. But pleasant in the sense that, you know, she's not going to go through that much pain. Drowning in water is pain. Like, in that much water, that's creepy and scary. I can't believe she'll put herself through that. That just doesn't add up. So, again, you know, they said she climbed into it and put the lid, you know, because the lid was covered. You need to Google this to see the pictures and see how ridiculous this sounds to a normal human brain. So the lid was covered. Okay, so let's say there's water in there. The minute you jump in, you're literally going to fall to the bottom. Or you're literally going to be covered in water. So how on earth did she was she able to go back up and close the lid? How was that possible? Yeah. So anyway, someone needs to bring some real answers. I know this case it's really sad. It's probably never going to be solved. It's just sad. It's really sad that people can just tell basically lies and put it under the rug. It means we're not safe in this world anymore. Woo! There you go. Anyway, so they say Richard Ramirez, okay, stayed in that hotel. Now, if you're a crime person like me and like watching crime shows and CSI, well, no, I don't watch CSI, but 48 hours, 24 hours. But if you like watching those kind of shows, you would know who Richard Ramirez is. You would have heard of him. You can YouTube him or Google him. He is a prolific serial killer that was living in Los Angeles in the 1980s, and he was named the LA Night Stalker. So if you've heard of the LA Night Stalker, that is Richard Ramirez, and he stayed in this hotel, Hotel Cecil, while he was committing his crimes, basically killing people. So he stayed on the 14th floor, I believe, or 15th floor, I don't know. But yeah, so some people have so that's one thing. There was another guy from, you know, I don't know the country he's from, Austria, I believe. He was Jack, I can't say his name, I'm not going to bother. You can Google all of this information. But he was basically another serial killer, and his thing was in killing, he was in his country, in Austria, I believe. He was into killing women, prostitutes mainly. So, and he did, I think, a bit of it in LA as well. Not too sure, but he was later arrested, and I think both of them are now dead. I know Richard Ramirez is dead because I think he died in prison. So, basically, those two people stayed in this hotel. Not just them. There has just been some druggies, and, you know, those kind of drug abusers. I mean, pimps come out there and pimp out women, like prostitutes in there. They've had loads of suicides in there. And when I mean suicides, not just the one I saw, that's like added to the many that have happened there. A suicide that happened like back in, because this is an older hotel, I think since the 1920s. There was a suicide where a woman jumped off the building and tried to commit suicide. She did commit suicide. She landed on a man, and in the process, he died at the same time. Can you imagine such a thing happening? What kind of place is this? Why has it not been shut down? Why, you know, how many deaths, how many creepy things need to happen before people know there's a weird vibe controlling, a weird spirit controlling this hotel? Like, it's kind of making me upset even talking about this right now. So, there was a woman who was found in her bathtub, strangled, or, you know, and I heard blood everywhere and stuff like that. I don't know. They're all on Google. I didn't like read all of them, but basically, there has been too many deaths in this hotel for this, you know, for something paranormal not to be happening there. And that's just the ones we know, because the suicide that happened when I was there is not even widely reported. It's only one site, and I could post that in the link below, or, you know, I could like link it into this video. I'm still learning how to edit, so I might not be able to link it into this video, but I'll be able to post it below. But anyway, so, you know, that has not been reported on, you know, much. It was only reported on the LA Times, but that, I don't believe, got any news coverage. That was just, I only knew of this because I was there when it happened, and then I went and confirmed it on the LA Times, and, you know, I confirmed it with the police officer. Without that, and if I wasn't there at the time, who knows? And I always have this theory, my mom always says this, the time I went in 2014, I believe nothing happened when I was there, but who knows? Because a lot of these things, if I didn't go searching for them, I would never know. Or if I wasn't told by my dad this girl was killed there, I would never know all these things happen there. Looking at the hotel, it looks very normal and very inviting. You would never know that these creepy occurrences are happening there. These murders are happening there. These serial killers are living there. You would never know looking on the outside. It's like a very creepy story. So, who knows what other things have been happening there this whole time? Who knows why these people are being killed there? You know, we don't know. We don't know. So anyway, my conclusion to this whole hotel is, I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say, but anyway, my conclusion is that something obvious is happening. Something obviously very demonic and very mysterious is happening there. And until, you know, the government steps in and the police step in and really investigate and bring justice to these people that have died there, we would never know. Maybe there's like a spirit that goes around killing people there, because people have the theory that Richard Ramirez, you know, the serial killer, you know, because she was on the 14th floor, I believe, where he stayed, was probably, some people believe he was even in the elevator, like that mist thing that was in the elevator. Some people even say that was him. Some people believe his face was there. I mean, there's going to be so many, people are always going to be having all these conspiracies and theories because there's so many mysteries. So it only gives you no choice but to have conspiracies. So they need to get to the bottom of this. They need to stop changing the name of the hotel from Hotel Cecil to Hotel Stay on Main. That's never going to take the past away, as you can see. Something is always going to keep happening there until, you know, until it's just so dramatic that the whole world will hear about it. Because I feel like after this girl's death, they've not done enough justice to her family to, you know, get real closure. And even for me, who stayed there, I wouldn't be making this video if I didn't have closure. I do not have closure on it. It's something that's obviously bothered me all these years, like since 2013. And I'm 24 now. I'm still bothered by it. I was like about 21 at the time. And I'm 24 now, and it still bothers me that nothing has been happened. It bothers me mainly that you can go missing in this world, or you can be found in a water tank and no one will give a flying, yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I know it was a long one. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, thumbs up below, and also subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much again for watching, and I will put links in below about this hotel. Thank you and have a nice day. That sounds so fake. Anyway, bye.